But I have the other ones available in there.
Wait.
But
So, Luke, what are you drinking today? Coca-Cola.
Morning on the way to the gym and set my ukulele on top of the car and then drove off down the road.
Give me the bow after that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Look at that.
I learned my lesson from last time.
What a welcome, thank you. I drink the most fruity drinks imaginable.
It's laundry day.
it's laundry day.
So you always wear hats with laundry day?
I'm going to did you a favor, Jens. I just say, no ukulele.
So how did you two meet?
Well, there's these places in San Francisco. I think they're called bathhouses.
It's like one of those things where everyone wants to focus on like the big events that happen, but day to day, what we're doing is we're on like some of our drawstrings, smoking weed, making comics. It's chill. It's so much fun, and like
Yes. Man, I'm not a YouTuber. I do this because I want to sell comic books. Woo! Yes! Yes, guys, it is Sunday, and this means another episode of A Drink with Brink, where I talk with other indie creators about their hopes and their dreams and their lives, but also their books and their campaigns. Because, frankly, I'm kind of done with mainstream. Mainstream sucks, it's kind of boring, and indie is where the passion is. Whew, I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend and a great Sunday. My weekend is phenomenal because this morning, early morning for me, we launched Perfect 10 and POWERTRIP. So Perfect 10, Book 5, POWERTRIP, Book 2 on Kickstarter. The campaign was on Indiegogo. It was on Fund My Comic, and both those campaigns are now closed because the books are at the printer. They're being printed right now. Plus, when I am on Indiegogo right now, it's just costing me money because every time there's this bank transfer, I have to pay this transfer fee, which is ridiculous. So Kickstarter, that's where the campaign is right now. We launched like a few hours ago, right? And we already like smashed the goal within the first hour. So I launched on John's Longbox channel. Thank you so much, John, for doing that for me. And it was a great success. Thank you all for backing, guys, and for sharing, because without you, we can't make these comics. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy, and it's just day one, and we're doing great. So if you find the campaign, if you haven't backed yet, go check it out. If you want to share it out on social media, please do help us out. Every help is welcome. All right, guys. So I almost didn't have a stream today because my guest canceled a few hours before we went live, and luckily I found someone who wanted to take his spot. So the show can go on, as they say, right? Which is great. And in the chat is 58 Underground. Hey Dave, happy Sunday. Congrats again on successful Kickstarter launch. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for being with us here in the chat today on this wonderful Sunday. All right, guys, it's so the guest for today is a returning guest. He's been here, I think, pretty long time ago. So it's curious to see where his journey took him. What's the situation is right now. Oh, hey, and we have Darius Artist. Welcome, sir. No clickbait thumbnail this time. What was the clickbait thumbnail last time, Darius? Well, I don't do that. Whatever we present on the thumbnail, we also talk about during the stream. So there's no clickbait going on, you know. Welcome to the chat, sir. There's Artist, guys. He's a wonderful artist. Go hire him if you need a cover or something for something. Just hire the guy. And Mike is also in the chat. Hello, happy long Sunday for you, Dave, and a great drink to you. Cheers. Yeah, it's a long Sunday. I said to John after the stream that I was going to bed because I needed sleep, but I couldn't sleep. I was so thrilled and excited, and so I've been awake all this time, and I'm still full of energy. So I probably will crash in a few hours. So welcome, Mike. Nice to see you, man. Crenshaw, welcome, Crenshaw. Welcome. All right, guys. I knew it. Mike knows me too well. Right. All right, guys. Time for the guest. We know the drill. We have to give him a very warm welcome. So let's do this, guys. May I have a warm applause for Mr. Ben Fuselier.
Woo.
Oh,
Lordy.
Oh, there it is. I was afraid there was no sound. There it is. Hi, Ben.
Yes, indeed. Hey, bud, how you do? Well, I mean, I know how you're doing. I mean, that is awesome about Perfect 10. Man.
Yes. Wow. But how are you? You have good weather, I see.
Oh yeah, I've been being lazy today because I've been working all week, but I had to do something productive. And when you said that you needed a guest, I knew that was the time.
That was it, right? Perfect timing. Perfect time for the both of us, right? So thank you for jumping in this time slot here. All right. Before we continue with anything, I need to ask the question before I forget. So, what are you drinking right now?
Oh, I'm being tame. I am drinking diet green tea.
Diet green tea. Right.
I know. I'm being boring.
Yeah. What's really strange to learn that they had diet tea. It was what's with tea that you need a diet version, right? But yeah. Anyway, diet green tea. All right. Welcome back to that other shooter man.
I'm guessing that's about the comic.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's a nice looking day outside where you are, Ben.
Oh,
yeah.
God,
Where are you anyway? Where is this?
Good old New Orleans, Louisiana.
Ooh, Louisiana. Wow. Living the life, right? All right, Ben, did I pronounce your last name correctly?
Pretty much. I mean, you came the closest to anybody ever.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Yeah. Americans have difficulty with like French names, or it looks French, right?
Oh yeah, it's originally French, but I think my family technically we pronounce it wrong because we say
Yeah.
Fuselier, but I know it's supposed to be Fuselier.
Yes. Yes. Oh, okay. Well, glad. And so you have your own comic book label called Fuseboxx. That's based on your name. That's very cool,
Oh yeah.
right? Fuseboxx. Sounds cool. Right. So you've been on my show earlier. What was it? A year ago, 2 years ago? Like a little while back.
Oh yeah.
For the same campaign that you're like talking about today. Is that true?
Yes, because after that last campaign failed, I decided to go ahead and, I worked my tail off and I managed to get, like, we've got 99% of the book done. We're working on the last 2 pages. So
Oh,
when I launch
wow.
this baby, we're going to be ready to ship them out.
All right. All right. Great. So wait. So you had a campaign because I know I happen to have seen that you have a campaign going on right now.
Yes.
You have one active campaign, and that's still the campaign from back then.
I believe so. That might be. It's that is for a second chance campaign for issue 1 for folks who just want to get issue 1 on its own.
Yes, this is true. Wait, let me share that for a moment so people can see what we're talking about. Second chance on Indiegogo. That's this one. Ta-da! In demand. Outlaw Nights issue 1, second chance. So you said this campaign didn't do really the numbers that you were hoping for. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was really hoping that we would have at least broken 1K.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think over the last year or so, I was just kind of having trouble with my reach. So, and I was a little more lazy about it this time around. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of being casual about it.
You kind of neglected your campaign.
A little bit, yeah.
Mhm. Right. Was that because you became discouraged, or were there
I
other reasons?
was
Right.
for a while. But I think this year, when at the start of this year, I was feeling kind of down about it, but I still believe in this story. I know people are gonna love it when they read it. So I'm gonna give it another shot and I'm gonna keep coming back because
Sure.
I am persistent, if nothing else.
That's good. There's artist says New Orleans is the origin of some cool comics characters.
Oh yeah.
That's so. I don't really remember when comic book characters tell me. Yeah, some comic book characters, right, because it's part of their thing. But of most characters, I don't really know where they're from.
I would
I
say
think.
I know Gambit is supposed to be from New Orleans, even though he's
Oh,
Cajun, so you would expect him to come from rural Louisiana.
right.
But
Oh, right. Okay. Right. So so this one's still active, but it's pretty much dormant, right? So you don't get many backers right now
not yet, but I'm hoping to turn that around.
with the relaunch. So not with this one, but so basically this campaign you have like reworked and you're going to reboot, and so the next campaign will be this campaign but differently presented. Is that correct?
The next campaign is for issue 2, but you're gonna
Issue
be able
2.
to get issue 1 as well. It's just on that campaign they're gonna be bundled together. So if you want to get issue 1 on its own, this is the one to do that with.
All right. Okay. Oh, this is why that campaign had a similar like artwork, because I saw this art on one of the other like sign up pages. That's because it's for this book also.
Oh yeah, I mean, I chose it because it applies, you know.
Sure.
'Cause-
Yeah. Right. Just trying to figure things out how this works. Right. Okay. So basically, when we want to talk about the book, we can look at this right here, so people know what they're signing up for, right? Because the sign up page, guys, is pinned in the chat. It's also in the description. You have 2 sign up pages. Ben, you have one on Kickstarter, one on Indiegogo, right?
Yes, I'm gonna launch issue 2 on Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and Fund My Comic once I get Fund My Comic approved.
Sure, right. And will you do that simultaneously, or do you have some? What's the plan?
I'd like to launch them all simultaneously, but I don't know what the rules are. Because do you know if like Kickstarter and Indiegogo, like, would one of them like drop your campaign if you have another one live? Because like I've heard of people going through something like that.
Yeah, I've heard stories. So I've heard people warn me about these things. I haven't yet experienced it myself, so I
Okay.
can't tell you, to be honest. I personally think that would be ridiculous if they did that, but you never know, right?
Yeah,
They do
I know
weird things.
Fund My Comic will be good all the way because I mean
Sure.
Luke is an awesome guy.
Absolutely. So, but I did hear like the theory. There is this theory that the audience is mostly shared. So the audience that you reach is mostly shared between Indiegogo and Fund My Comic, right? So, and Kickstarter is its own thing.
Yeah.
So there's not much overlap between Fund My Comic and Kickstarter, for instance, right?
Right.
I think this might be true because I launched this morning on Kickstarter and I noticed I got a bunch of new backers. So they didn't go to Indiegogo nor Fund My Comic. So might be true.
Okay.
Welcome, Dark Sides Comics. Welcome. Guys, subscribe to Dark Side is Comics YouTube channel for daily comic book reviews. And he says 162 episodes. Damn, feels like yesterday. Yeah, time flies, man. When you do this weekly, almost weekly, yeah, this happens. But you know, it is good to do this, to talk with other creators, to meet other people, right? And to try and help people, because it's a difficult thing sometimes to get your books seen, to get eyes on your campaign, as you know, Ben. So what kind of things did you learn? So what things are you going to do different as opposed to the last campaign?
Well, definitely this time around, aside from launching on multiple platforms, last time I was trying to raise the money to fund the book itself right off the bat. So we had like a high goal. And I think that was kind of working against me. So this time around, we're going to be done the book when we launch. So we're going to have a nice, reasonable goal, flexible goal. And we're just going to operate like a storefront. We're going to just, you get it with, once the campaign ends, we're shipping them out.
Right. What was the goal? I see here that you reached 690 USD by 32 backers, and that got you over the goal.
Yeah, I was talking about issue 2's campaign back in the day.
Oh, all right. Oh, you already launched issue 2.
Yeah, but I was trying to fundraise for it beforehand. And but I had a high goal, fixed goal, and we weren't able to hit it. But
okay.
Yeah.
So the plan is now, I think you still need the same goal, right? Because you still paid, well, it still costs the same to produce and print the book, right? And ship it out. So you still need this particular goal. But do you still set your campaign to that goal, or do you set it lower?
Setting it to 500.
Oh, that's pretty low. Yeah. So just to get the book out there.
Yes.
Right. Right. Keep things rolling. Sure. Still, you had like 37 backers for your first issue. So
Yeah.
you had some readers, right? So what was the feedback there? Did people like it?
Yeah, everybody I've heard review it has enjoyed the book. Not a lot of people have reviewed it though. The original issue 1 campaign was launched back in 2019, and we managed to clear about 8,000 on that campaign. So we had a lot of people get it the first time around, and I just wanted to do it a second time to see if we could reach more people.
Oh, all right. Yeah, because this is the second chance. So this book is from 2019.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. So you have your reader base. That's cool. That's good, right? So you can build from that. Right. So you have this one. So I think we should talk a little bit about what the book's about, right? So what is Outlaw Nights?
Well, Outlaw Nights is a futuristic space pirate saga. Gonna span about 10 issues, most likely more, due to how each issue is only about 25 pages, even though I want them to be longer, but I can't afford it at the moment. So we're piecemealing it out. But essentially, Outlaw Nights takes place in the 31st century. It's a chaotic time where the nations of Earth are colonizing, competing over territory and resources. They all have authoritarian, tyrannical governments, but
Right.
their grip gets weaker and weaker the further out into space they go. And as a result, criminality and piracy are booming. It is the golden age of piracy 2.0.
So what is being pirated? Like
Everything
resources?
from goods, textiles, ships, pretty much anything you can think of. But in this, the pirates of our particular story are after a very special prize that I'm not going to reveal because it would be giving it away. But it's huge, and it's got government forces turning their sights on them. But essentially, our main character, Cyrus Lawson, is a young guy who has had a very turbulent upbringing, and so he is settled on a small, out-of-the-way, insignificant colony called Therese. He's joined the colony guard there because he's got a heroic spirit about him, but he's not expecting a lot of trouble. It's a small place. Who's going to invade that? Like, they got nothing of value. Well, right from the get-go of issue 1, the Pirates of Hazard invade his settlement, and they're looking for a special piece of data that's going to lead them to that prize I just mentioned. And so they hold an art gallery hostage there. And our boy Cyrus has been called in with the colony guard to put down the pirates. So guns are blazing.
Okay. And then he meets these characters, like the chick with the giant. What's it called?
Gatling gun.
Gatling gun. Yeah. Holy shit! So they still have that, like 1,000 years from now.
Yes, but the weapons are more advanced. So
so it's a laser Gatling gun.
Well, I would say it still fires bullets, but it fires them at a higher velocity, and it's much lighter than you'd expect a Gatling gun to be.
Oh shit! Wow. Welcome, Corey Barton. Hey,
Woo!
welcome. Do you know Corey's artwork, Ben?
Oh yeah, I'm hoping to get him to do issue 3 of Outlaw Nights.
Oh, Corey, did you hear that? Did Corey know that, or
oh yeah,
does he hear that for the first time right now?
I've been messaging him
about it. Okay, interesting. So, but does this mean that your what happened to your current artist?
Oh no, he's great. It's just that because I had weird issues in issue 1 with the artwork, it kind of put me on this kick of like wanting to try out a new art team for each issue,
Oh,
just to
really?
kind of vary it up and make it more dynamic.
Right. Sure. Well, that's interesting approach. But does this mean that each issue also has like its own self-contained story, or is it
Yes,
still part of this larger arc?
absolutely. That is paramount in writing. I think a lot of people forget that, how when you're doing even when you're doing a large arc of something, you want some kind of story arc for each issue itself.
Sure.
So we definitely focus on that.
Right. Well, the art for this is not bad, right? This looks pretty nice.
Oh, I love it. It gets like, that's the thing, like whenever I'm feeling kind of like burnt out about like promoting and stuff, when I get new art pages in,
Oh yeah.
it immediately brings me back up, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
it
all right, I'm ready
revitalizes
to
you.
go again.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling. You know, that's what it like making what making a comic book is like a roller coaster, man. You have like days that you're like, what the fuck am I doing, man? And then other days you're like, this is the best thing ever, you know? It's up and down. I
Most
love this
definitely.
with the blam effect and then the eyes here. That is
Oh
really
yeah.
cool. That is great. Did you write that? So when you write the scripts, do you actually describe like that's that's the artist has to approach like a visual in some
I
way, or do you leave that to the artist?
I do up to a certain point. Like I lay out what I want seen in the shot and like how I want the characters moving and what, obviously what they're saying. And
Mhm.
then I'll put in little sound effect cues, but then I leave a lot of room for things like what's in the background, or like things like what he did with the sound effect juxtaposing over the eyes. That was all his decision.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Really cool. Looks great. Right. Okay, so you had some. You said you had some trouble with earlier artists. What happened there?
Well, what happened with issue 1 was I had, my first artist, Render Contender, really awesome, solid artwork he did. But we got halfway into production and he just vanished off the face of the earth. Like it wasn't even ghosting. Like he stopped touching his social media.
Hmm.
He stopped responding to emails. People were messaging me asking if I had heard from him. Like
Maybe
I
he's fighting pirates in space.
I hope that's it, because I'm worried. Like I hope nothing happened to him. Like.
Yeah, man, that's weird. That's weird.
So I ended up good old Simon Potier. I asked him if he would finish the book for me, and he kindly accepted, and he also gave me an awesome discount for it. And he was
Oh, cool.
yeah. So
Yeah, Sim
and
is
he
great.
the way he did the artwork, like he was definitely trying to kind of mimic Render's style a bit. So the art, even though you can tell there's a difference, it blends together very well.
So the art we're looking at right now is from Render.
Yes.
Right. Do you have some art here from Sim?
Yeah, a little further down.
This all looks great, man. Love the different camera angles. So Render is not afraid to like move the camera around with interesting angles. Keep things visually interesting. Oh, this is Sim. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. I recognize it. And this is the main character. This is Cyrus.
Oh no, that is the pirate Captain Ivory.
Oh,
And
okay.
but he is very important, because I would say the
Ivory.
heart of the story is going to be Cyrus and Ivory, because in many ways they are the two major opposites.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, well, when he is the main villain of the book, I presume, then it's cool to have him like be the opposite of the hero. At least
Well,
connect them
I would
somehow.
I would say he's the villain of issue 1,
Okay. Okay.
but he's not. You know, we're gonna be playing around with some things.
Right. So you said this was going to be about 10 issues, at least.
Yeah.
What made you so dedicated to make this particular story, to invest your time to make this your project?
Well, I first came up with this story a long time ago, at least 15 years ago. And it was something that I always played with in the back of my head, but I didn't really do anything with it. I was sort of thinking like it would be something I might do as a movie someday,
Mm,
or even like books.
ambitious.
Yeah, and but it was always just kind of in the back of my mind. And then when I started following the boom in indie comics, and I decided like, well, I want to be a writer,
Mhm.
so I think I'm gonna jump in on this. And
Sure.
when I was thinking like, well, what sort of story should I write for a comic? It dawned on me. I'm like, wait a minute, I've got a story that I haven't done anything with, and so
All
this
right.
is it.
Right. So you basically just wanted to write. That's your thing. You wanted to create this story. You wanted to do something with writing, and this was the concept that you had. But if you say you want to be a writer, there are different forms, right? So you could, for
Oh yeah.
instance, write this novel, which requires a different skill set or a different approach than writing scripts for a comic book. Um, so do you are you missing things when you write a script for a comic book instead of, for instance, writing like prose like sentences that really fit this novel? Because now you write more descriptive for the
Yeah.
for the for the for the artist instead of descriptive for the reader, right?
Yes. And honestly though, it wasn't a hard transition for me, because my main focus in college and just in my life in general has been screenwriting. And comic writing wasn't that big of a leap from that for me. Because there's a lot of similarities between the formats and what you're doing of basically describing what the person is supposed to see and then just putting the
Mhm.
dialogue down. Like it's so easy to jump from one to the other.
Sure.
But like
Right.
with novel writing, I don't know if I have the patience to do a full novel because it's like you have to describe every little thing in
Uh-huh.
perfect detail, and I'm like, why don't I just show you? You know, like,
Right. Yes. Yeah, that's what I mean. There are different forms of writing, right? So if you want to tell the story uh, through visual medium, like movies or like a comic book, or you actually like do it because you love language and you want to construct beautiful sentences, right? That's a completely different thing. Right. So who are these characters? Can you tell us about them?
well, on the far left there is Cyrus, our big hero, our colony guard member who, I mean, I can pretty much kind of spoil the ending of issue 1 because we're going into issue 2. But basically, he ends up being kidnapped by the crew of Hazard,
Right.
and so he has to learn how to deal with these pirates, and he's going to realize that his very negative view of pirates, he may have jumped the gun on being judgmental.
Okay. So he's learning some lessons.
Oh yeah. He's got a big arc.
Oh, cool. By the way, welcome to the chat, Nexion. Welcome, yo guys. Yo. And Corey says stories with pictures are cool. Well, yeah. Especially stories with babes. Do you have some babes in this book?
Right now, it's mainly Code, who's that chick with the minigun.
Yeah.
Um,
Code? Her name is Code?
Yes.
Okay.
And we've got we're introducing a very minor obstacle character in issue 2 who's pretty hot.
Right. Yeah, because if you want to recruit Corey to do the art for issue 4, I think that's one of the requirements.
Well, that's the thing. For issue 3, I have got a very hot major character being introduced in issue 3. So
Okay. Interesting. Right. So the guy here, that's Cyrus. So who's the big guy in the front?
that is Kodiak. He is the away team leader for the Pirates, and he is super no nonsense. He will pistol whip you in a second.
Yeah. Look, man, Corey will completely steamroll your comic, man. He will make it. It'll be the Corey show. You have like babes everywhere in the background, everywhere.
Well, you know Mo Biggs?
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I go on a stream, he tells me, you need to add more women. You need to add more women.
Yeah.
So Corey and him, you know.
Yeah, man, you have them. Look, these are space pirates. You have them crash on this babe planet. You know. Anyway, so Kodiak. So this is. Do you So how do you think of the names for the character? When I heard you said you had a character named Code and you have a character named Kodiak, and I'm like, that's a little bit similar, right? So how do you think of names?
Mostly, I connect them to their roles on the ship, but also because these are code names that they've chosen for themselves, because pirates in the future, because of how technologically advanced, criminal justice has become, where it's like they can track you via DNA or via whatever. Most of these guys are legally dead.
Right.
So they've gotten rid of their old names and they choose code names for themselves.
All right.
So Kodiak I chose because he's like, he's super strong and he's always busted through. He's like a big old bear.
Right.
So, and then Code I chose because her big thing is being able to do computer viruses.
Right. They told her you need a code name, and she was like, Code. Yeah. All right. Well, that makes sense. Sure. Right. So who's the guy with the cannon? What does he have there on his back?
Oh wait, you talking about Kodiak?
I don't know. On the right, he has the cylinder on his back.
Oh, that is.
Or is that the background?
You're talking about Bit, I think. Yeah.
I don't know. It's your character. I don't know. Do you see the mouse?
Yeah.
No, you don't see the mouse. No.
Yeah, that's Bit. He's he's a new guy, and he is I think the crew is a little suspicious of him. But he's mainly good for breaking and entering, like hacking into computer systems.
Right.
That's his specialty.
Okay. So the crew's a little bit suspicious. So this means he's a red herring. Probably.
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe. All right. Cool. Well, that's always fun to create new characters, to think of new characters. So when you have this group of pirates, do you know beforehand what kind of roles they need to fulfill, or is it just you think of like characters, you want them in there and you try to fit them within the story, or how does that happen?
I do a little bit of both. I for the main cast, like for the main characters in this story, like I already had them thought out beforehand, and then for filling in the roles, that was when I started thinking of the other members of the crew.
Right. Mike says the cylinder's background. Yeah, maybe I just saw it wrong. I thought it was
No,
something attached to his back, but yeah.
Well, he actually does have something attached to his back, but that's not it. That's just the
Okay.
background.
All right. My bad. My bad. All right. Now look at this. So this is a poster. Everyone wants this poster. Is this from Sim?
That was done by an artist called Brian Lobdell. And because I wanted a sexy pinup, and he is a master of sexy pinups. And
Yeah,
I was
man.
really impressed by his coloring. Like, it looks so three-dimensional.
Yeah, the coloring is nice. So what's the creature with her?
It's a funny story. That little critter just kind of shows up. You know, he's on Therese in one of the panels, and it's just like a little creature that lives there. He's not part of the story. He's just background. But on the cover, we put him next to Code, just kind of as for fun. And when Brian saw that, he thought, "Oh, that must be her pet."
Yeah.
So he put it on her, and I didn't correct him on it because I thought, well, that looks really cool. So
Yeah. But did you use it somehow? So it's now in the story. Did it become her pet or companion or something?
I didn't introduce that yet, but I might do that.
Sure. Well, if it works, if it doesn't work, you shouldn't do it. But if it works, why not? It's really cool. All right, she's badass with the giant weapon. That's crazy, man. She must be really strong. These are humans, or are they enhanced somehow?
Multiple members of the crew have cybernetic enhancements, but
Right.
because this is the future, that gun is super lightweight.
Right. Super lightweight. A similarity in pose to the image for Jose Garcia's Ariel cover. Oh. Yeah, she also has this giant, like, Gatling gun, right? Ariel? Is that correct? I don't know.
It's been a while since I saw that campaign.
And Darius Artist says, kind of like Mara Jade and her pet is Salamiri. Sure. Do you know that?
I know Mara Jade. I didn't know she had a pet.
No, me neither. Me neither. Right. Giant weapon and space dino. Well, there you have it. That's a winning formula, Ben.
I'm going to be introducing more vicious critters as throughout the series, because my take on aliens in this is not. I don't have any humanoid aliens. I don't have aliens that are intelligent.
Okay.
I have aliens that are just animals. Like, they just hunt each other. They eat plants. Because that's what I think about aliens in real life. I think a lot of people.
You don't even have like predator aliens.
Oh yeah, no, we do. I was just saying we have the full ecosystem.
Right.
But because that's how I feel about aliens in real life. I think everybody's assuming that aliens are going to be flying around in spaceships and doing math and having advanced technology. I'm like, I think that's just a human thing. I think there are aliens, but I think they're probably just like other animals you would see on Earth. Like,
yeah. Well, this takes place 1,000 years in the future, right?
Yes.
About so it's kind of like tricky to think to try and come up with to visualize how the world would look like that far into the future, right? So how did you shape this world?
Really, it was a matter of just personal preference for me. I always liked stories that broke away from the conventional sci-fi look, like where, you know, instead of it just being like everybody's wearing funky plastic armor and like shooting lasers at each other, and or like in Star Trek where everybody's wearing like onesies and all that. It's like,
Oh
I
yeah,
want something, I want something cool and gritty
yeah.
and not too crazy out there. I want it to be like what I would think of, what I would think of if you combined aspects of like the Wild West with like cyberpunk, with old themes from like pirate stories. I'm
Mhm.
taking the old and merging it with the new.
Okay, all right. Well, you're slowly losing Corey, man. So when you heard that there were no hot babe aliens,
I will let him do as many hot chicks as he wants.
yeah, all right, that's good. Um, always hot babe aliens, Corey. Somewhere, sometime. Sure. You're taking notes, Ben. So okay, right. So this is also from the first book. This page.
Yes.
All right, cool. I like this technology, the way the technology is drawn here.
Oh
Really
God, yeah.
cool. So this design of did you design the characters? Did you allow the artists to design the characters? What was the process there?
With the major characters, I was very specific about how I wanted them to look. With some of the minor characters, I gave the artists a little bit more play.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I just had, but I did have like basic parameters for what I wanted. Like I wanted like specific hairstyles and hair colors and all that. But like I know like Bit's outfit was totally designed by Render. Like that was all him.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Designing characters can be tricky, right? You have to really capture the essence of the character. Right. Some sim art, some more sim art. It's really cool to see like different styles for the same characters, different ways they are drawn, and
That's the thing. That's why I decided for each new issue, I wanted to try out different art teams because I'm like, I want to see other people's interpretations.
Corey says Immortal Rising has a great hot blue alien babe. Yeah, but I don't think he's letting go of his artist, Corey. Jose Garcia is doing fantastic work for Aaron. Even the grim darkness of 40K has busty blue babes. Yeah, somehow the color blue that does it. Sororitas are sexy. What are those? What are sororitas? I don't know. Right. Oh, you have a dome. Of course, you need a dome.
Oh yeah.
So what's this planet?
That is that is the planet Andraste, and that is the settlement of Therese.
Oh, talking about 40K. You know, these are things I know nothing about, so I better shut up. Right. So you have several planets. Is the a little bit like Star Wars that you move from planet to planet for different like scenes and
Oh yeah.
and scenery.
And for future issues, though, what I'm going to play around with is like I like the idea of playing around with the different cultures that have developed on different settlements.
All right. Yeah. Right. So humans have been like a space traveling species for decades, right? For centuries. So this does mean that you have like completely different people on distant planets, like developing completely different ways, right? So that can be interesting to explore.
Oh, definitely.
All right, great stuff. So people can sign up to like some sort of relaunch of issue 1 plus issue 2, right?
Yeah.
They can get both books. Do you have like books still printed from the last time that you will hand out, or will it be completely different print run?
Oh, I did a print run very recently of it, so I've still got a bunch of books left.
Okay, cool. Except for issue 2, because you still needed to do 2 more pages, right?
Yes, but we are so close.
Right. So when will you launch?
On May 1st.
Okay, May 1st. All right. So you're now doing like the campaign tour to get people to like sign up?
Oh, definitely, because that
Mhm.
exposure is my biggest weakness. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to rectify that.
Right. Okay. All right. So what would you like to close off? What would you like to tell people so they sign up?
Well, I can promise you, you are not going to be disappointed with this. I'm so proud of these books, and it's a fun ride from beginning to end. And I really focus heavily on characters and development. I'm mixing old style with new style, and I promise you, I am as honest as the day is long. I don't put up with that whole like, okay, well, we're gonna delay for like another 6 months or whatever. I'm like, no. I'm making sure you get it right away.
Yeah, because when you launch, the books are maybe printed even, right?
Yes, or at the very least, I will be getting them printed and sent to me right when the campaign ends.
Sure. Right. Yeah. So this means that the campaign ends and fulfillment starts immediately after.
Yes.
Yes. Great. That is great. That's great news, man. So you have other like wait, remove this, share, and my screen share. So you have other like streams planned. You have some shows planned to go on, some platforms.
I have a few, but I do need recommendations for more.
Well, just ask people, right? Just post something on social media. Does anyone want me on? Right? Just that's how I do it. Also, just ask people, right? Great. All right, Ben. Looking good. Looking. I hope it'll be a smashing success.
Well, thank you so much, bud. I appreciate the heck out of it.
Where will you launch?
I'm good. Oh, what channel?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing it on my channel, but I mean, if anybody wants to host me, I am totally down.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Because these are all things you need to talk to think about, to consider when you launch. There's only one launch. You can do it once, right? Well, you can do it later, but you don't want to do it later. You do it one time, be successful. So the biggest audience you can get. So try to get on some bigger channels. Reach out to Bancroft, for instance. Maybe John. John did my like launch this morning. It was it went very well. So you can try, right? Right. Mike says he's signing up.
Yes.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much. Fantastic. All right. All right, guys. Let's see. Before we close off, I want to share this with you guys. We just launched this morning. 19 backers right now. This went really well. You never know. It's Kickstarter, so it's kind of unpredictable. I don't really know what to expect, but we're doing really good. It's technically the same campaign as we had previously on the other platforms. So what you can get here is pure superhero awesomeness. This is everything you want from superhero comics. We have it, right? We have colorful, awesome art. We have fantastic characters with crazy powers. Look at these covers. We have Power Rodriguez, the artist. who makes fantastic work. We have a guest artist, Alan Goldman. He made this cover. We made this cover for Fund My Comic, but that campaign closed because we sent a print file to the printer, right? But we overprinted a little bit. So this means if you still want this cover, you can add it on, but it'll be more expensive than so you don't have to Fund My Comic discount right now, but you can still get it if you want it. You can still get it, right? And furthermore, it's fantastic comic, fully drawn by Paul Rodriguez. It's about a artificial assassin, a biosynthetic meta-humanoid, and she wakes up in this superhero universe, and she has to figure out her role. So you have a lot of characters. There's this war going on. She's in the middle of things, and meanwhile you get to meet many colorful characters with their own like dynamics and things going on. We brought on inker Thiago Gomez for the first time. Now we have a new member to the creative team, the inker Thiago, and we have a second new book called POWERTRIP, which tells 3 shorter stories from the Jamie Comics universe, done by different creative teams. So other creators bring their own creativity, and sometimes they create new characters for this universe or new villains, and they make their own stories, but everything takes place within this same world, right? It's a cool way to introduce new concepts and to find out what people actually like. For instance, POWERTRIP issue 1, people really liked the short story from American Bliss, so we made a complete book from that, right? We listened to what people like. So Shadow Lion is a Brazilian like street level hero who takes on the Brazilian underworld, but he faces off against like some beings that aren't really human, right? So very, very interesting. The Flying Dutchman is basically Superman from the Netherlands. And this is written by myself and drawn by Pow. And the Flying Dutchman meets this speedster girl who's called Brisk, and he has to figure out what her deal is. And then we have the Phenomenals, which is about a group of 5 metanormals, as these super beings are called in this world, who never make it through the Super Academy, but they form this group anyway because they want to be superheroes, right? And it's drawn by Gilbert Monsanto and written by Lee Byron Carver. And you can get a character commission from Pow. He will draw you any character you want. Can be your own character, can be Jamieverse character, can be mainstream. And you get the original art sent to your home. Plus, you get a high-res scan. You can use it for anyone, for anything. You can have it colored. You can use it for anything you want. Plus, you get like stretch goals, like cards. So go check it out. The link is all in the description of this video. Share and then end my screen shares. Right. Mike says kick-ass babes all over. Yes, we're bringing the babes. Great first 18 hours. Yeah, it's fantastic. As Dave says, just openly post, tag some others. Hopefully, we'll expand from there. Yeah, you have to really put yourself out there, man. Just don't be shy. Just reach out to people. You never know. You never know what happens, right? All right, Ben. Thank you so much for being my guest for today, for jumping in last minute. Thank you so much. Special thanks to the chat for everyone who showed up to watch us today. Thank you so much. Without you, there's no point for this YouTube channel. So thank you. If you like this conversation, please give this stream a like. And if you didn't like the conversation, give it a dislike. And I'm very sorry. I will be back next week. Same time, same channel, new guest. And I hope to see you guys then. Okay, guys. Have a fantastic evening and see you next week. Bye-bye.